Thank you and welcome to the show this morning. The topic this morning is the Tennessee State University basketball program, 1997. And we're fortunate to have with us to talk about the Tennessee State University basketball program, Coach Frankie Allen, the head coach of the Tennessee State University basketball men's Tigers basketball program. And Coach Allen, let me welcome you to the show this morning.
Thank you, Dr. Haney. As always, it's a pleasure to be here.
You know, Coach Allen, I think we've had you on a number of occasions, each time about this year, to talk about the basketball program at Tennessee State University. And I think we've talked about your background and your education on a number of occasions, but still there are some who might not know Coach Frankie Allen, the head basketball coach at Tennessee State University. And so let's start it from that perspective by allowing you to talk about your background and your education and some of the things that were important in your career that eventually led you to the head coach of the Tennessee State University men's basketball program.
Well, Dr. Haney, as you know, I'm a native of Charlottesville, Virginia, and I did my elementary and high school education there. Was very fortunate to have played on some really good basketball teams at my old high school, Lane High School, back in Charlottesville, and we went to the state championships, and I was a captain of the team. And from there, after graduating from Lane, I stayed in the state of Virginia to continue my collegiate days at Roanoke College from 1967 through 1971. Team enjoyed great success. I got my BA degree from there, and then after that, I became a public school teacher in the Roanoke, Virginia public school system, and I coached on the high school level. Moved back to my hometown of Charlottesville, where I became a head coach, a high school coach, and we were very successful, winning 2 district championships there. And then from there, I went to Virginia Tech University in Blacksburg, Virginia, where I was an assistant coach for 11 years and coached some outstanding players, Dale Carey, Dale Solomon, Wayne Robinson, and then I was the head coach there for 4 years, where I coached Bimbo Coles, who was on the Olympic team and is still playing professionally in the NBA. And after 4 years there as a head coach, I'm now beginning my 7th season as a Big Blue Tiger head basketball coach at Tennessee State University. And I really feel that through those experiences, it's really helped me tremendously. And I feel like now that I consider myself at home being at Tennessee State University with the success that we've had in the past, and then we're looking forward to having another outstanding season this year.
Very good. You know, Coach, I think when you talk about your background and the things that you've been involved in, I think one of the questions that will probably be raised by members of our audience is, why Tennessee State University? I mean, what led you eventually to become involved with Tennessee State University's basketball program?
Well, back when Dr. Hefner approached me as he wanted to really put an emphasis on the athletic program, and he wanted to try to build a basketball program. And after, I guess, doing my homework, so to speak, and you just look at the legacy and the success that Tennessee State athletics has enjoyed, not just in basketball, but also in track and field with the number of Olympians. The football program had enjoyed some great success. And I just felt like the time was right. Tennessee State was a member of the Ohio Valley Conference. They were up and coming in the Division I rankings. Maybe didn't have the success they had had when they were NAIA, but you knew that you could rekindle some of that old TSU spirit, put forth a winning program and a winning team, and I thought all the ingredients were in place to do that. The support of an administration under Dr. James Hefner, I think the support was there in the community. They were just looking for something to rally behind. And you know, after getting here, seeing that what could be done here, I just like anybody else, I just felt that it was going to be a challenge, but to be up to that challenge and to be able to stay on task and to stay on goal and enjoy the success that we've had and looking forward to future successes, you know, why not Tennessee State University? It's an outstanding university. You can recruit to the Nashville area. You know, we have a lot of outstanding things or majors in which a person can come here and get a degree. And it's just so many things that, that attracted me to TSU. And the basketball program has been something that's brought a great deal of pride to the university, to me personally, and we just want to continue those things.
You know, Coach, I think what would be interesting to many of our viewers is to be able to have you to sort of summarize your career here at Tennessee State University in terms of your players and in terms of the activity, you know, where the institution was 7 years ago when you arrived in terms of its basketball program, and the achievements that you've enjoyed and where you are now, and then we'll talk about the team and some other things. But let's look at it from that perspective.
Well, let me say this. Tennessee State, the legacy, as I mentioned, has always been an outstanding basketball program. If you go back into the 50s and the great John McLendon, the 3 NAIA national championships, Tennessee State was the first to win 3 consecutive championships at any level, at any collegiate level. Then you go into the 60s and 70s with Harold Hunter and my good friend Ed Martin, the success that the basketball program had then. That's when Tennessee State was a Division II program, but they were the best in Division II, winning national championships, being ranked #1 nationally back in 1972. So when the call came out to go to Division I, perhaps at that particular time, Tennessee State was not prepared to take on the challenges of Division I basketball for a number of reasons. Maybe not having enough resources, may have been one of them, just maybe not having the background for it. But yeah, I witnessed the fact that we had been successful, you know, when we were playing on a level playing field. So I think through several coaches, the time was just right for Tennessee State to be what it rightfully should be, an outstanding Division I basketball program. So, you know, the success that I enjoyed was through a lot of hard work and a lot of people rallying behind the basketball program. I had the support from the top in terms of the administration. I was very fortunate to go out and bring in some outstanding assistant coaches who've since moved on to be head coaches in their own right, in particular Ricardo Patton, who's a native of Nashville. We built the program one step at a time. We brought in good players who were also good student athletes, and we were able to go out and compete. And sometimes when you have success, it's just not one person, but it's being able to be maybe the one person being the head coach to go out and get the right people and put them in the right position, getting them doing the right things. And you know, through the course of about 2 or 3 years, we were able to win our first OVC championship, back-to-back championships with back-to-back NCAA appearances. It's the first time that the university had experienced that success on the Division I level. But as I said, they were used to winning. And now to be able to do it at the highest level, I think makes us all feel proud and knowing what can be accomplished. You know, we went on and won a 3rd championship in terms of the regular season. We didn't win in the tournament that next year, but in the 6 years, we've won 3 championships. And we are a championship program, but it's been built through nothing more than the hard work, having a plan in place, and sticking to the course. There were some frustrating times. There were some times when, you know, I didn't think that maybe we could get over the hump. But through the grace of God and through a lot of hard work and, you know, and people just out and out pulling for you to be successful, we've maintained a championship status. And as we look into this next season, you know, we've been picked as one of the top 2 or 3 teams in our league. And we're looking forward to trying to, you know, go out and tackle that challenge also to staying up there at the top.
Very good. You know, Coach, one thing I'd like to do is to find out some of the players that you've been associated with over the number of years that you've been here. And some, we know that you've sent them, they've gone off to the professional ranks, and some of the coaches have also assumed head coach positions and whatnot. And we want to talk about that as an area that people are probably interested in when we come back. We are coming up to our first commercial break. And I really didn't want to raise another question to get you to talk about the team and some of the other things that we're going to talk about, and have to interrupt you after 10 or 15 seconds, because that would be what the situation. But that's what we want to do. We want to try to at least put the basketball program in this 1997 year in some kind of perspective from your point of view. And we'll be back with